And of course, while you may have somewhat the young ones that have been leading the Democratic Alliance, they are the veterans of this opposition party. The former federal chair of the DA, Ndate Joe Seremane, joins me now. Veterans of the official opposition. Ndate, thank you very much for your time. Really great to see you. I recall looking back to, is it before the last local government elections, and there was a video of you in which you expressed confidence in the leadership of John Steenhuisen. Remember that one? Yes. Do you still believe so? I mean, on the cusp of, in the next couple of hours, we'll know who the new leader of the Democratic Alliance is. John Steenhuisen?
I still believe, Well, this road that we're working in, not only in politics, is full of twists and turns.
Yes.
And you get stumbled, but pick yourself up, dust yourself, and do the job. And I still believe he's got the potential to do what he has to do.
You think he'll emerge here this afternoon, and what he has spoken of thus far would be enough to...
I wish I were a prophet, but I think he will. Yeah. And anyone, I think they got a crop of good people. Even the second and third one, I think they'll make a team. You mustn't lose and get angry. It's just, not your turn. Your turn will come. Be patient.
And how do you see this as the Democratic Alliance, moving forward? There's always that sentiment of, those both winners and losers should work together for the benefit of the party. Do we see that? How do you inspire that kind of way forward,
it has to be
irrespective of who wins?
We've got to be hammering that. Rome was not built in a day. It's a goal that has been set. You set it for yourself too as an individual. When you stumble, pick yourself up, dust yourself, and move on. It's not a question of enmity. You see, in Setswana they say "Ntwa ke amolong." So stop fighting, get together. We stumble, next time it will be a 10. I was born long ago,
Yes.
in the football area. It was terrible. Too much friction. Even the referee went to the match with a knife. Says, I'll kill you if you disobey me. That was enmity. Today, wonderful. And that's what we want in politics. You listen to them, zebras and whatever. They're happy guys. They're no longer antagonistic. So we have to refine ourselves too. So that winning does not mean you are boss of everything or dictator. And losing doesn't mean you are useless. The next round will come. Let there be that harmony. And you must gel together.
How do you think he has fared? Just listening to his speech just a couple of moments ago, he spoke about, taking the reins of the Democratic Alliance at a time when the party was at a crossroads. That's what he said. How do you think he has fared in terms of
I think he's
strengthening, uniting, leading the
he's
DA?
Doing the best he can do. Every generation, there's always been, even in the family, the elder ones will think they are too fast, these kids. And the young ones, they are too slow. But if they interact, they get the solution. You get to where you're there, where you want to get to. And I think he's got the energy to be patient.
There is that criticism, though, that, in as much as over the years the DA had made inroads, it also somewhere lost its footing and voter confidence, and that has been demonstrated in how we've seen the Democratic Alliance perform. That is even raised by one of the contenders for the top post of the Democratic Alliance, Dr. Mpho Phalatse, in that between 2016 and 2021, the Democratic Alliance had lost over 1 million votes. What went wrong there, do you think?
Well, I'm speaking now from a distance.
Right.
But that is human nature. Every step will have its own pros and cons, and somebody will have the answer among the team. And that does not mean it's a fissure, a breakaway. It means that's how people feel things differently at different times. And once you see that gap, now it's a challenge to the incoming one to close that gap, because it must be in accordance with the overall vision
Is there
of the
anything,
team.
sorry, Ntate Seremane, that you
Yeah.
think needs to change then? Because as veterans of the Democratic Alliance, you sit and see things unfold.
Yeah, yeah.
You saw the Democratic Alliance
Yeah.
do well. You also saw when it took a dip.
yeah.
What was wrong? What do you think needs to change now? There's new leadership, whether it be John Steenhuisen
Yeah.
and Paul Palazzi.
Yeah.
You say John possibly has the likelihood of taking this one. But
Yeah.
what needs to change to get back
Yeah.
that voter confidence? We're
There's-
headed to an election.
There's always action, reaction. And also, from those two elements, you have to go back onto your drawing board. Together with your competitors, we have got this. How can we avoid that which brought us a little down? And again, they said in African, Sameverki, you got to cooperate. Winner does not mean bully. Loser, that does not mean useless. You still have energy, you still have the talent. Work together. That's what you want to. Yeah, you're going to deal with millions of people. If you can't afford and are unable to work two people, then both of you have to quit.
And that brings me to
These
my
are
next
challenges of progress.
Yeah. And that brings me to my next question about, internal party discipline. That is one of the issues that was put on the table at this Congress of the Democratic Alliance. That is quite a crucial aspect that they speak about.
Yeah.
Is it not concerning to you as veterans of this party that has touted itself as a party for all South Africans, that there continues to be a mass exodus of black, skilled, credible,
Yeah.
top leadership of the Democratic Alliance? I'd really like your view on that as a veteran of this party,
The truth of the
honestly.
matter, when people are together, you're bringing talent. Sorry. You're bringing together talent and various aspects of one and the same objective that you're working for. So when it's like that, every time you got to change gears, adjust to the developments, because people bring in new skills, new approaches. How does it fit on your fundamental principles? Sometimes there's a bit of friction. Others go away, others stay on to do the job.
But does it concern you that these are black leaders that are leaving the party and they don't have much nice to say once they leave? Does it concern you that black leadership in a party that has touted itself as a party for all, it is the official opposition and wants to be seen to appeal to everyone? Does that aspect concern
Well,
you?
you're getting concerned. What could be the tensions? What causes the tensions? And you hear, are they valid or not? Now that's your job to find out where do they go wrong. And when you think you can advise them, you keep on trying something. Not that you're dictating to them what to do. Here are the pills, now put them together. I give you the brick, I give you the cement and the soil. Now you do the mixture, build, rebuild if something is cracked.
Should the DA be concerned, though? Do you think it needs to do some introspection on that and other aspects?
I think every one of us, any organization, you got to move and reflect, stop and reflect all the time. If you don't want to reflect, then what are you trying to do? Because you're going to do with people with various approaches to life. And that's the challenge of leadership. Know when to go, know when to stop. Know when to adjust. And if you give people medicine, don't give them overdose.
As veterans, have you reached out to, I would want to say young, but they're of course younger than yourselves as veterans of the Democratic Alliance, to give direction, in particular in aspects where we continue to see Bongani Baloyi, for example, who, Herman Mashaba, Musi Maimane, Mbali Ntuli. Those are just some of the names of black skilled talent that has left the Democratic Alliance. Have you raised these concerns with people like John Steenhuisen?
Yes, well, quietly we speak to people, but you don't dictate to them.
Okay.
I mean, we too.
So you were concerned and raised it with him?
We raise quietly in a nice way, do it. And when they move away, remember they also have a right of choice to make their own decisions. It happens in every family. A well-established family does not mean they are all tools of somebody. They talk, they go and come back, or reflect and then meet elsewhere and interact in their various causes that they've chosen for themselves. I was making an example of football in our society. In my time when as a young person, it was a battlefield. The referee would go into the field there with a knife or a gun and say, you guys, when I blow the whistle, you stop, otherwise somebody's going to die. Today, when I listened to them, I said, they're happy. They criticize each other, smiling, what? And that's what politics should try to get to.
Yeah, but there's also
to be in opposition or in power does not mean you are enemy of the state.
There also is that criticism, though, that an analysis that we've done during the course of this Congress, that, you know, if you're not with a certain side of the Democratic Alliance, you're out. You're out if you're not with us on a certain section. You are against us.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. You must
is that not what is happening within the Democratic Alliance?
Well, maybe it was that, but it's a process that happens in any society or movement or whatever establishment of human beings. Those who have been there, they'll say, these kids are too fast. And the kids are, these old men are too slow. So find a way. That's the essence of governing. You always have to be finding ways, new ways, will bring harmony. Because you're not to go alone. Who are you going to lead alone? What are you trying to build, a country or a little society? You're trying to serve a country. So you must have that stamina and patience and vision that we'll have to interact, whether you like me or not. We all want water. And all of us are going to scream when there's no water. There goes your division. Now what do you say? Together you must find a way of getting water.
What do you say to whoever emerges at 2:30 to take the Democratic Alliance? Well, they've got a mammoth task. You're heading towards an election, which is about a year away. And some of the critics say if the DA does not do well in this coming election, it would basically be blown to the periphery of politics in this country. Do you believe so?
No, I don't. That's why I'm smiling. You know?
Okay.
One, stumbling does not mean the end of the world. We fall and rise. Throughout, in every activity, we fall and rise. And if you think you don't want to rise, then brush yourself, step aside. Because you are going to be a problem to everybody. Who wants to carry that weight? You see, retired guys like me, I would love to be there every day and scold. But I said, no, Joe, take it easy. Now, they see further than you can see. You've got a shorter distance to go, and then you are gone. They've got a longer distance to walk and continue with the basics and principles that you believe in.
But there is something, just finally, in Joe Seremane, that probably needs to change. If there's a method that doesn't work, and you can see that the electorate or the potential voter is not drawn by what you were saying, you can't expect to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result.
You've got to adjust.
So is that what the new leadership needs to do, adjust?
Yes, they need to adjust. They need to review where do we come from and where are we wanting to get to. And the two sides will give you a way. Try to put them together, no, not this way, and you'll find an answer. Nobody has got ready answers, especially when it comes to human affairs. We change like the weather changes, and that's nature. Today's raining, tomorrow's sunshine. So if it's raining, carry your raincoat. Sunshine, put it away.
All right. Joe Seremane, it's great to see you and always great engaging with you. Thank you very much indeed. Veterans of the Democratic Alliance, a former federal chair, of course, and Joe Seremane.